What's going on, guys? I'm Pheus, that's Eos, and I wanted to talk about something. So the other day, my friend and I went back through all of those shitty YouTuber rap beefs from 2018. You know, the Logan Pauls, Jake Pauls, KSI, Rice Gum, that type of thing. And when we were going through it, something kind of dawned on me. And that was that all the comments were filled with people who were convinced that this was genuinely peak. Like these comments. I'm still here in 2020. The TikTok drama has no comparison to this. Pulled from Logan Paul's The Fall of Jake Paul, featuring Why Don't We?
We came from the same mother. Biologically, you know that makes us brothers.
Boom! Yeah, it was a jump scare. Stay on your toes from editing Pheus. Just wanted to mention how shit that bar was. We have this from KSI's Aries, a Quedeca diss track. So that was he had some rap beef with another rapper. Another implies that KSI is a rapper.
See, I believe that if I see it in my heart, smash through the ceiling cause I'm reaching for the stars.
But the other guy did decent, but the comments on this are just gold. We have 2025 coming back to this. This was hard. It was mostly ignored and hated because of all the hype around Quedeca's diss track. We have, this was so much better than Quedeca's, but since most of the fans are little kids, they couldn't understand proper flow and lyrics. Big forehead insults equals 1. You can seek these out if you would like. They're not good.
Like you're a fan forever. Fuck a grade 5, you don't need a lie. Glad I made you better cause your other shit was dry. Had to make you wait cause I'm always uplifting, scorning with your size.
Again, no diss to anyone, obviously, but this is not good music. But a lot of these comments are about how good the music was back when we were, the diss tracks were when we were kids, and that now kids don't have quality like this. And my genuine reaction to this is just do you think that we are immune to nostalgia? This is just nostalgia. You're feeling nostalgia. And that's fine. Nostalgia's, it affects everybody. And sometimes it's nice and sometimes it sucks. Because you're man, that was a simpler time in my life. And sometimes you're you think back fondly and you're okay, that wasn't bad. I enjoyed that. That's it. That's all it is. But we're not better than kids now because they like Bryce Hall and you liked Logan Paul. They're the same thing. I forgot to turn the light on. My bad. Anyway, after doing a little bit more research, I'll link a couple of articles in the description. But obviously, when you view things through the goggles of nostalgia, it's very easy to be things were better when I was a kid. Because you view that fondly because you were a kid. Also, it seems like a very common trend that every generation wants to dog the next one. Boomers dogged Gen X. Gen X dogged millennials. Millennials think that Gen Z is, addicted to our phones and whatnot, and we think the same of Gen Alpha, that they're too TikTok brained. Why do we all think that we are the unique exception? We can't all be the unique exception. This is very common in the gaming industries, for example, where people are always games today suck, but they were good at this insert time and whatnot, and it's just no, there's good games. Oh, Eos disagrees. But no, there were good games that are old, there are good games that are slightly less old, and there are good games now. Things that came out recently. I thought the first Berserker Kazan was really good. Elden Ring, which is a couple years old, but I would say recent. Too recent for you to be nostalgic for. One of the best games of all time, and my personal favorite game of all time. Ignoring nostalgia. Because if I don't ignore nostalgia, you know what I would say is the best game of all time? Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I might be the only person who thinks that's their favorite game of all time. But it is. I used to play it with my brother, and we would play it at the beach on vacation, and that was a really nice memory. So I think very fondly of that game, which is fine, but I'm not going to tell you that it's the best game ever created, because it's not. It has a lot of issues, like the random fucking tripping mechanic that they added for no reason. And what I'm getting at here is that, nostalgia blindness is definitely a thing, and we all know that. But specifically, we use it to, bash people younger than us. The examples of, those, diss tracks I was citing earlier. None of those were particularly good. I didn't listen to the Bryce Hall diss track because, I'm I don't care. But I imagine if I did, I wouldn't be like magically surprised by how much worse it was than like the Jake Paul diss tracks. I'm sure they were equal levels of bad. Sorry, I finished his sentence. Editing Pheus again, no jump scare this time. But I just wanted to kind of concisely finish off that point that I was trying to make by basically saying that there's nothing wrong with nostalgia, but it's a little bit odd to me when people can't tell they are being affected by it. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Here's a couple more. This is from Rice Gum's It's Every Night Sis featuring Alyssa Violet.
I can tell that you came with a Disney flow. Hey, ain't nobody ever heard about your Disney show.
Top comment. Pinned comment, okay? When YouTube drama was actually interesting. No, dude, it was not interesting. I don't even know what this beef was about again. Okay, I did some research. The diss track, It's Every Night Sis, is just a response to It's Everyday Bro, which was another bad diss track. And the reason that he made it was because Jake Paul's ex-girlfriend went to Rice Gum saying, hey, do you want to make a diss track? And then they did. It's really not that interesting of beef. And this comment is like, when YouTube drama was actually interesting. Dear future generation, I'm sorry you missed this battle. I'm not. It wasn't special to be a kid around this time more than it was any other time. It wasn't that interesting. I'm sorry. Hi, Eos. Damn, we really took this drama for granted, didn't we? I'm sorry. This is insane. Anyways, I think that's kind of everything I had to say. So, see you later.